All right, so last week on Friday, I rushed out a video that was kind of a mess because I was all over the place talking about building up the middle defensively, meaning basically the middle infield and center field. So today, I made lists. These are lists of 2 defensive metrics to help build it. Now, we are going to go over the top 5 for outs above average and ultimate zone rating. I think ultimate zone rating is going to be the stat they're actually going to focus on, but I wanted to give both options just in case, because we're talking about reaction and range. If these are apparently the top 5 for each of them, and then we'll actually end with catching as well, but we'll do that kind of separately, strictly because it's just I use blocking as it, and I don't think necessarily catching matters a whole lot, but if we need it, we need it, and all that. So let's get into it, and let's get silly. Okay, this right here, as you see up at top there, is outs above average. So we're gonna break down the top 5 of each of them. They're all here, and we'll start it. Starting with number 5 in center field is good old Pete Armstrong. You look at defensively there, pretty darn good. 93 fielding, 96 arm. Accuracy is a little bad. Reaction is 88, and he's got the speed. Pretty good. He's probably going to be high gold, or low gold, high silver, so he's probably going to be pretty cheap. Get him in the going. He might actually play a little bit, and he's going to have a diamond defensive shield. Hitting stats are kind of, I won't say good. They're not necessarily bad either. He's speedy enough to where I think the speed might play a little bit, especially early on. You could see, and if you want, hell, you could stick him at the 9th spot with that speed, and if you're really concerned about that bat. But ultimately, too, is when we're going, I know we're gonna have some starter stuff, but he might not be the worst thing, especially if we're really focusing on defense, especially in center. It's not the worst option. This card might be. Michael Cena is number 4. Turns out above average. Again, you see it there. 94 fielding, 68 arm, accuracy 58. Reactions is 68. Speed to make up for it. Again, hitting's not the greatest in the world, but he's gonna have the diamond under him because of the fielding at 94. Again, I don't know how reaction's gonna react, but he's technically number 4 with outs above average. And again, defensive metrics are a little bit harder. There's no real slugging percentage for defense, at least not yet. There could be later. I don't know, but that's number 4 on here. So write it out. Again, he's going to be dirt cheap, so if you get him, I know the shield there says silver, but the 94 is going to play. Number 3 here, we're getting to the good stuff. Brenton Doyle, who might be an 85 diamond, if not an 84. Decent hitting. Stellar defensively. 99 fielding, 99 arm, 99 accuracy. Reaction's going to probably go up. 97 speed. He's going to play. The Rockies probably are going to be kind of cheap, so he might be a good budget diamond, if not gold, to get, and hopefully you pull him early. He might be the ones to get. I'm going to talk about once 25 gets, if he should pick up the jump start. I'm sure, spoiler, I'm going to say yes, pick up the jump starter pack, because if there are golds in there, you're going to get, especially, we're talking about up the middle stuff. He might be a budget gold diamond that you can get, which could be pretty stellar. The number 2 guy, and this really shouldn't shock anyone if you watch baseball, Jose Siri. 92 fielding, 89 arm, 72 accuracy, 81 reaction. Pretty darn good. The bat isn't terrible. The contact versus right is horrid, but he's got some pop. Bat could play. He might be like a 6-7 hitter start the year, and he's going to be cheap. He's 1,300, but that might not, right now, it might not be that. But again, he might be cheaper and a good silver. Heck, he could be a gold to start. Probably not. He's probably going to be a silver. And if he's a silver that can do that in center field, we know reaction and stuff's going to play, this might be a guy that's going to do pretty darn well in that. Now, the number 1 guy is Jacob Young when it comes to outs above average. Again, you look in there, 96 fielding, 70 arm, 74 accuracy, 89 reaction. That is the highest reaction we've seen so far. Pretty darn good. Bat, again, isn't the bestest in the world. However, 90 speed, 99 steal, 99 speed, 90 steal. Could be a bottom of the bat order that has a little bit of juice behind him. So again, we're talking about budget golds, and sort of stuff like that. This might be one of them. He might be a silver, but again, we don't necessarily know where the reaction's going to be. So taking a look and just sort of seeing like, okay, this might be a good option, especially early on in the year when everyone's sort of in the same boat, especially if you're no money spent. These are the guys you want to look at, and he's apparently he was the best fielder in terms of outs above average. Now shifting to shortstop, number 5 was Ezequiel Tovar. Ezequiel Tovar is probably going to be a high silver, low gold, decent enough bat. Want to throw that out there, keeping the offense in play. Defensively, 90 fielding, 73 arm, 80 accuracy, 71 reaction. Again, not entirely sure if the reaction is going to go up or not. However, defensively, he might be solid. Again, I have a feeling it's going to be a hamster wheel, especially at shortstop. So there's some stuff still going to get through, and we'll see how things play. But he was number 5 and outs above average at the shortstop position, and not bad. I think he's going to be a very good budget bat. Number 4, and this is going to be the one I think could be the weird cog in the machine, the one thing that's just going to be weird. Ellie De La Cruz will probably be a diamond all year because he's a cover guy. So Ellie, Gunnar, and Paul Skeens will all be diamonds. Will they be expensive diamonds? Remains to be seen. So his numbers might go up. His reaction will probably be a little bit higher, but he was number 4, fielding 81. Again, let's assume it'll be bumped a little bit. His arm's got a cannon. His accuracy is probably going to go up. That's pretty decent already. Again, it'll probably get a little bumpy bump because he's a cover guy, and they're going to want the cover guys to be diamonds. So everything will probably be juiced slightly for him to stay around the 85, be in an 85. Speed's going to make up for a lot of stuff. I don't know how expensive he's going to be. Right now, he's almost 11, say 12, we'll round up. So I don't know where he's going to be come game drop, but he could be affordable. He'll be a diamond, but I think he'll be affordable. I don't really anticipate the Reds being an expensive team, but because of him staying diamond status in the 85-ish range, they might be... I don't know. They'll probably have a diamond card as their collection, but I don't necessarily think he's going to be like breaking the bank. Number 3 on here is Bobby Witt. Bobby Witt might break the bank because he might be a higher tier diamond. Decent bat. Fielding 92. I mean, granted, I have him parallel 2, so it'd be 90 because he is +2 across the board. So 90. So -2 across the board. Decent enough to where I think it would still play, even with his 2 boosts from me. I think he'll play. I just don't know where he'll be. He might be a little more expensive. He's 23 right now, so he's probably expensive once the game launches. He's going to be a diamond at launch, I'm guessing, but it might be like an 85. What's the highest? 89? I'm trying to think where I think he would be. I think he might be in the 86 to 87 range. I don't know when the thing would go up one peg, but I think he either will be borderline, if not that teal tier. But we'll see. Number 2 for shortstops is Francisco Lindor. Again, he might be he's always... Lindor is always the one where I feel like he flirts with it. I don't know if they'll just give him the 85 diamond to start off. They very well could. It also could be an 84. He'll have 90 fielding, arms 50, accuracy 93, reaction 78. Again, that might be boosted. That's decent. I always use Francisco Lindor. I don't know how much I used him this year. I used him once. I know for a while there, if I pulled Francisco early, I always used Lindor as my shortstop to start the year. So that could continue, and he might be decent if he was number 2 in ultimates in outs above replacement. But the number 1 guy was Dansby Swanson. 99 fielding, 49 arm, 80 accuracy, 77 reaction. The speed's kind of mid, but he's going to have good contact versus left. I think the live series bat is going to be kind of... But again, if he's getting a little bit of a boost to the reaction, good play. And again, he was number 1 outs above average. Now, for shortstop. Now I'll shift to second base. Theo Estrada, who I wrote down as a Rocky. He's a free agent right now. I think he might have been hurt. I don't know. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Bats isn't the most exciting, but fielding 93, arm 41, accuracy 87, 68 reaction. But he's second base. He's not necessarily going to be... He'll be going more to his... I played second. He's going to be going to his right probably more than his left. So if they're through, they're going to get through anyway. I don't honestly know how much this will matter as much, but... He was number 5 and outs above average. Number 2 is Nico Horner. I think you see it more here. No power, decent enough contact, especially against lefties. 90 fielding, 47 arm, accuracy 70, reaction 72. Again, I think the arm being a little bit lower over here on this side doesn't matter quite as much. 74 speed, 88 stealing, so I think it'll play a little bit. But he was good enough for number 2, or number 4. Sorry, number 3 was Otto Lopez. He was the Miami finest player this year. That's isn't overly exciting. 82 fielding, 78 arm, 57 accuracy, 53 reaction, 76 speed. Again, second baseman, the arm doesn't matter. I don't necessarily know where the boost is going to come into play. Like I said, I think they said UZR was the one they were really going to focus on. So who knows? But apparently he was number 3 in terms of that. Now number 2, because we can't fit them all, number 2 was from the Texas Rangers, and that guy was good old Marcus Semien. Let's pull up Marcus Semien here. Marcus Semien's live series was right here. Here you go. 98 fielding, 46 arm, 87 accuracy, 76 reaction. And I like Marcus Semien's bat. I don't think I used him a whole lot. I was 0 for 5 with him apparently. All right, cool. But his glove is going to be decent enough over there, especially at second base. The arm doesn't matter. Again, they might boost the reaction a little bit, but you're seeing as we get close, higher and higher on this list, it's going to play. Now, the number 1 for second base is now a Blue Jay, and that was Andres Jimenez. I don't know where Andres Jimenez card was. I want to say he was a silver. Oh, he was a low gold. And I think this says it. 95 fielding, 68 arm, 88 accuracy, 81 reaction. Decent enough bat. At least, I don't know. At least he's going to be a high silver, low gold. He's going to play very well. Again, we can sneak these guys bottom of the order if we need to. This, I think, is decent-ish enough. It will get the job done, and that's kind of all that matters, if we're being honest with you, especially early on. And again, you're probably going to pull him because he's going to be a silver, if not a gold, at highest. So this will be helpful. And again, these are all going to be budget-friendly guys. He's 1,000 stubs. He's going to be way less a drop. So now, let's talk about UZR, Ultimate Zone Rating. I think they talked about Ultimate Zone Rating being more of what they're going to go for. So if that's the case, here are these guys. Number 5 was Julio. We know Julio can play. You see the 85 reaction, 88 fielding, 85 arm, 75 accuracy. Good enough bat. He could be a diamond. He might not be, but he's going to be teeter. So he could be kind of cheap. He might be a little bit more expensive. We'll kind of see. Also, the one thing to keep in mind here too is when it comes to collections, Ken Griffey Jr. could be a collection for the Mariners. Not like a good like a great Ken Griffey Jr., but Ken Griffey Jr. could be that. And he could also be at play there. Just wanting to throw that out there. But in terms of live series, he's number 5 from, I think the way this one was calculated was 22 to 24. So there's a good window where that's what they could be using. And he's stellar. You see 85 right there. That's pretty darn good. Number 4 is a BR goon from what I'm told, and that is Trent Grisham. Decent enough power, 84 fielding, 64 arm, 55 accuracy, 75 reaction. Doesn't have great speed, but was number 4 in Ultimate Zone Rating over the last couple of seasons. He can play. I know he's a BR guy. Everyone loves him in BR. We'll kind of see how this plays out because he's a free agent currently. Who knows how everything will go. However, and he's going to be cheap, and if you need a guy to stick out there, this might be the guy. At least he can play kind of defensively. He'll have a gold shield under him, so that's helpful. Number 3, I think he'll be cheap because he might be a gold. Jackson Merrill. 80 reaction, 85 fielding, 87 arm, 75 accuracy, decent enough, 73 speed. The bat to end of the year wasn't terrible. 95 contact, 74 power versus right in the low 60s against lefties, which is fine. He can play a lot of positions. But if we're sticking him in center field, he's gonna be pretty good. The number 2 guy, Michael Harris, who's probably gonna be an 85 diamond. Decent enough bat contact. He's pretty even, honestly, as a batter. Decent, good fielding, 80, 84 R, 92 accuracy, 82 reaction, decent enough speed. I think a lot of people like playing him in center field. He might be a cheaper diamond. If he is an 85, the Braves will probably be expensive again because of Acuna and Strider. So There you go. There's number 2. And I think Michael Harris has a good swing. I don't think I've used him. I haven't used him one bit. Michael Harris will be a good card. Number 1, Brenton Doyle. I think we covered him last time. We already know he's gonna definitely be the play, especially because the Rockies thing will be very, very cheap. Just keep that in mind. For shortstops, Guillermo Perdomo was number 5. You see there, he was injured, I think, most of the year. Good against lefties, not a lot of power, kind of max speed. Defensively, he's not the best either. But again, we're talking about just going off ultimate zone rating. 70, 71, 90 accuracy, 72 reaction. He might play. Again, he comes in at number 5. Number 4, who's number 1 in outs above average, Dansby. We talked about him. We're not going to repeat ourselves. 77 reaction there. This guy surprised me. Number 3 was Corey Seager. Kind of mid. He's going to be a diamond. Decent enough bat. People love that Corey Seager swing. How many have I used? What am I? I'm 276 with him. Oh, run. All right. I guess I kind of enjoyed him. How many games did I put? 30 plate appearances. Okay. Decent enough reaction. I know a lot of people play him at second. I don't know if the reaction is going to go up because he was so hot. He was number 3 in UZR for the last couple of combined seasons. So he might get a little boost in terms of that. I know a lot of people don't like it because the arm. We'll see, but Corey Seager cracked the list. He was number 3. Number 2 was Ezekiel Tovar. Talked about him again last time. Again, reaction could go up a smidge. I don't know. I don't know anything. I didn't talk to nobody. Nobody. So now, number is UZR. So again, his numbers could go up, especially the reaction. We'll kind of see. So number 1 was Francisco Lindor. Again, talked about him previously. I like the swing, usually. So he could play. Again, this is UZR, so I don't necessarily know how much that's going to necessarily affect things. I don't think they used him as an example, but we saw like some of those guys, like I think Zach Neto had one of the higher reactions and has one of them. I don't know. So again, sort of looking at everything. We don't know how everything's going to play, but this was according to the numbers. I might be totally wrong, but we'll see how things play out. But these were the number 5 in terms of shortstops. Second baseman, number 5 was Bryce Turang. Again, I think it reflects it there. 83 fielding, the arm we don't care about. Accuracy is pretty good. Reaction 76. Could get a little bit of boost, but I think the one thing is speed. The speed's disgusting. The bat's okay. He'll be a low gold, high silver. Right now he's cheap, so he could be a very good fit early on. Bryson Scott came in number 4. I think Bryson Scott's a fascinating one. I'm 0 for 1 with him. Even most-ish power, good fielding, decent arm, middle play, accuracy, reactions a little bit lower. But again, he could get a little boost. He was number 4. Number 3 was Nico Horner. I think he was also on the list prior. Again, we're not going to rehash things, but he's higher. Nico is one spot higher on the list compared to where he was in outs above average. So again, I think they said it was going to be UZR, so we'll sort of see, but there is no real defensive stat that states what it is or where you're going to be. Now, number 2, we talked about him. Actually, to be completely fair, the number 2 and number 1 spot are the exact same. It is Marcus Semien and shocking, I can't find Rangers for whatever reason, and Andrés Giménez. So again, let's just look at their live series stats because that's what we're looking at. Again, I think the fielding speaks for itself. It's gonna play. It'll be fine. This bat's pretty decent, so we know that. And then again, number 1 was Andrés Giménez, and again, is the bat the best? Not necessarily, but that reaction is 81. Just saying, and the speed's gonna play. Just leaving it there. Now, in terms of catchers, there is no outs above replacement for catchers, but let's talk about who the top 5 were, just in case. This is going off of blocking. I don't necessarily know if this is the best stat. The one I went, and number 5 was Adley, which you see there, 96 blocking. His reaction's also 86, so that's pretty darn good. We know how Adley's bat's gonna play. He's probably might be a cheap diamond. I usually like his swing. 333 average with the homer. I know he was supercharged early on, so generally I like him. He might be one. This one I know for for a fact no one's gonna get overly excited for. But number 4 was Jacob Stallings. He's got an 88 block. His reaction's kind of bad, and his bat's okay-ish, I guess. If you pull him, I guess you can stick him back there. I think he's slower than dirt, but he's got very good blocking. His reaction's 55, but again, there's no UZR for catchers. I looked, trust me. Number 4 on this list, I think he has a decent enough bat. I gotta go all the way around freaking horn again. Was Sean Murphy. Sean Murphy's actually pretty good defensively. I'm not gonna lie. Bat's kind of okay-ish. He'll be a low goal, high silver. You see that there. In 91 blocking, 78 reactions, diamond shield under him. He'll have gold. He could be, I think this actually might be a decent catcher. He's going to be pretty cheap too. So he could be stuck back there. He was number 3. Number 2, we go back to the Cubs because the Cubs are built up a little apparently. And it was good old Miguel Amaya. Now again, I don't know if any of this will go up. He 80 block, 64 reaction, decent enough arm back there. I don't think did he have the quirk? He has no quirks. Okay. But he was number 2 in terms of blocking, and again, he's going to be fairly cheap. The bat, I think, is wow. That on back versus lefty is bad. Whew, maybe not him. The number 1 catcher, however, he took part in history last year, and that is good old Danny Jansen, who's now a Tampa Bay Ray. 90 blocks, 67 reaction. 63 accuracy, decent arm. I think his bat might be one of the more balanced bats. He's going to be cheap. So there you go. He was the number 1 blocking catcher, and I think that shows. I wish we could look and sort by stats because I'm sort of curious. I don't want to necessarily go through all of them, but I'm slightly curious who has the best reaction. 78. I'm not, like I said, I'm not necessarily going to. Maybe I'll add an addendum and look through them all and see. But those are the top 5 blocky guys, and that's kind of what I went through. I would assume that would be it. And there you go. That's what I got. I hopefully you learned something. Now again, I don't necessarily know what's gonna go with the fielding. This is just what I looked up because I was curious as to what it was, and I did talk about UZR. So building at the middle. Pretty basic, and I know that last one wasn't really anything stuck per se, so I wanted to redo it. And I think this one's a little bit better. It was more nuanced. It had everything instead of me just going, oh, I think. No, we have the documents. Darn it. So with that being said, we're going to switch up the format again. If you made it this far, you get to know about this. There you go. You wait. You got 20 minutes to hear. I think we're going to start because the game comes out in a week. When this is about a week when this comes out, we're going to have 2 edited videos. So whether it's gameplay and update or not update, talking something about gameplay will probably be the edited portions. Those will be Monday, Thursday, Tuesday, Friday. However, will be one cut things because that's when updates happen. So essentially what's going to happen, if you're curious, is let's say there's something good that comes out Friday content wise, like a really good Tops Now card or something that might be shown on Monday, like recorded and shown Monday, and then Wednesday or Thursday might be something else because we might be doing some rank stuff, some event stuff, all that stuff. So those edited videos will be Monday, Thursday, the live, because their updates will be probably Tuesday, Thursday. We'll kind of see, but that's how it's going to be. And then there'll be streams intermittently, probably 3 days a week. I really don't know. I'm still working on it, but I know YouTube wise, that's I was talking to somebody. We thought that'd be a good idea. All that being said, leave a like if you like it, dislike if you dislike it. Stay here because we're getting really close to the game, and we'll be covering the news that comes out Tuesday. Again, I'm gonna try to keep the format kind of similar, even though I think technically Thursday will be another reaction video, so Friday will be a recorded video that's edited and stuff. So that being said, have yourself a great rest of your day. My name is Specs, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye, guys.